The Detroit Lions host the Chicago Bears in what will be 2 home games in 4 days. We have the Week 11 matchup and then the Thanksgiving Day matchup against the Green Bay Packers. That will be 3 games in the division down and 3 games to go. And we got the list of players that are going to be out. It's not a very long list, but there is a name or two that does intrigue me. Jonah Jackson is going to be out with a wrist, ankle. Ifeatu Melifonwu, his hand, he's questionable. And Isaiah Buggs is out with an unspecified illness. Now, Dan Campbell got in front of the media today, and he talked about when Dave Burkett brought up Isaiah Buggs. He asked Dan, where was he at? What's wrong with him? Dan said, I don't know. Dan said, is he? And then Dave said, is he still part of the team? Dan said, not today because he's not here. So I don't know, man. When Isaiah Buggs comes up, it's very weird energy with Dan Campbell and between Isaiah Buggs and Dan Campbell. But I don't know if there's anything there. I don't really know if I don't remember if he signed through this year and beyond, or is it just this year? But something is fishy going in there. But then again, I could be reading into it. Jonah Jackson played last week, but he's not going to be able to go this week. But that's okay because I think we got a solid amount of depth on our offensive line. And as far as Ifeatu Melifonwu, he'll probably play. He does well when he comes in as needed. But there's another name as well that's not on here. Donovan Peoples-Jones, the rib injury that he had last week. He is off, so he's probably going to play. It's going to be very curious to see how many snaps. I do expect Jamison Williams to get more snaps than Donovan Peoples-Jones. Jamison Williams is getting 40 to 50%. Everything's starting to kind of ramp up for him, so I would expect him to get maybe Donovan Peoples, maybe, I don't know, 20 or so snaps, if that. Another thing, too, with Buggs being out, does that mean that we'll see more Broderick Martin? Because we'll see that either Martin, Buggs, or Pascal, they usually rotate, and whoever is not out, the other guy will be in. So I fully expect Broderick Martin to be in this week. But Donovan Peoples-Jones will see his debut at home wearing number 19, Kenny Galladay's old number. So that should be something there. But there's another name too, a guy that you guys are very happy, very excited about. And when he returns, his name is James Houston. Now, this is coming from Noah Bianchi's Twitter, and this is Houston working out on the sideline there at Allen Park. You'll see Jason Kabinda in the foreground. I'm not sure who that is on the bike. Somebody, if you can figure it out, let me know. Is that a staff member or Julian Okwara or something? But he doesn't look like a player, but he could be. But it's good to see James Houston pulling that sled, putting some weight on. He was just in a walking boot like 2 weeks ago. So I don't even know. It might have been even closer than that he was in a walking boot. So to see that is pretty good. I've broken a leg in my bone, a bone in my leg, and it is not fun. Trust me. Leg shrinks up, and you've got to get that weight back. You've got to get that strength back. So this should be something intriguing to see as far as James Houston is concerned. Now, James is a sack. He's a pass rush specialist. That's what he does. That's what he comes in. And you guys always know for me, it's been about his, if he can't use his speed, he's probably not going to get to you. Now you're taking a lot of strength out of his legs. How effective is he going to be? So that should be something that we need to look into. And Bruce Irvin, I fully expected him to play. Didn't really remember about football shape, but Dan Campbell said that he's not quite there yet. So we probably will not see Bruce Irvin until the I'm going to say the Saints game, which is in about 2 weeks on December 3rd. Now, when it comes to James Houston, when could we see James Houston? We have 8 games left, 2 remaining this month. We have 5 in the month of December and then 1 in January. If I got the dates right for December, we've got the 3rd, the 10th, the 17th, then the day before Christmas on the 24th, and then we play the Dallas Cowboys on the 30th. So that's going to make up for this 3-game month in November. When could we see James Houston? I'm going to say probably about another month at the very earliest, because you've got to open up that 21-day window. So let's say they open up after the Thanksgiving Day game. That's going to be December 24th. Then they would have somewhere around mid-December, that second week in December, because you got the 30th, then you have like the 7th, 6th or 7th, and then you have the 14th. Somewhere around the middle of December, they would have to decide whether or not they're going to up them to the 53 or put him up for good. And I think that's what they're trying to do. But they want to make sure he's good to go, that we can use him during that playoff push. So I'm going to say the middle of December, which would give him 4 games. He's going to have 3 or 4. So he's probably going to miss the next 4 and finish up the next 4 heading into the playoffs. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Not only about James Houston, but Isaiah Buggs. Do you think that there's something going on? I'm not trying to like push a false narrative, but it does seem like something is just off about this whole situation, but that just could be me. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Also consider subscribing to the channel. Very close to 16,000, trying to get there in the next 2 weeks. And if you are not a first-time viewer, you can help me do that. And all my subscribers, man, I appreciate you for subscribing. I wish it was something we could do for subscribers even after they subscribe, but I appreciate each and every last one of you, subscriber, non-subscriber. I really do. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.